Hi, good morning. My name is Lee Clement. I live in the area and lived here my entire life. I'm currently the president of the Chestnut Hill Meeting House and Cemetery Association. And a little bit of history on the meeting house. It was built in 1769. And the reason for building the meeting house was Mendon had a meeting house in the center of their town. And back then they were looking for donations to spruce it up. It needed dire repair. And the people from this area, which was Mendon back then, the people from this area, it was called the Southern Precinct of Mendon. They did not want to donate money to the meeting house 8 miles away, which they had to either walk, horseback, or wagon. So they said, why don't we just build a meeting house in the South Precinct, which is right here. And they called it the Village of Millville. In time past, they called it that. So that's a little bit of the history. I also do have a lot of information on the blacksmith that made the nails for this meeting house. Was Caleb Taft, who lived at the corner, had a blacksmith shop at the corner of Fisher Street in Old Chestnut. He made all the nails for this. The first white oak tree that was cut down to build this is less than a quarter of a mile away. Right now it's property of the Petchowitz family. Off the top of my head, I can't remember the last name, but it was Pelaya. I can't think of the last name right now, but he owned the property. The first white oak tree was cut to build this. There's 301 graves in that cemetery. I do have a record of everybody's name and dates and epitaphs and a map of where they're all located. So at this time, I don't know if you'd like to go inside and get some footage, and I can point out a few things in there. Okay. I don't know how good the lighting's going to be in here.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's a beautiful building. It's dark. Yeah, it is. I mean, as you can see, the metal lolly towers are added, for support. Yeah. There used to be a potbelly stove over there. That chimney was added in the 1800s. There wasn't originally a chimney there.
Church was a little different in those days.
Yes, in matter of fact, originally there were pews in here.
Okay.
And then, no, I'm sorry. These are original. Then, I don't know what year it was, but they put pews, and they stored all of these up there, and ended up putting them back.
Amazing.
Yeah. And how that used to work back then is the family that had donated most to the organization, the church, got to sit closest to the pulpit here.
Yep. So what if you were a visitor?
This particular
Or
building,
you go upstairs?
yeah, and this was never like Catholic, Protestant. It was everybody could come here. It was a meeting house. It wasn't a church. It was a meeting house. This is where they would hold their town meetings. As I was telling her, this was Mendon first. In fact, I was telling you, this was Mendon first. Then it was Blackstone, and then it was Millville. Yeah, that ceiling was not original. They added that to save on heat. Originally, all the beams up there were exposed. When they did build this, they had to call in specialty carpenters from Dedham, Mass. to build a pulpit and the sound board up there.
Yeah.
They built that.
So that helps reflect the sound into the room?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, the person that was speaking up there, it helped get the sound out further.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all original paint. Nothing in here has ever been painted. It's all original. Upstairs, you'll see when you go up there, there's a couple of organs that are original.
Mm-hmm.
Up in the back there. Yeah, the only thing that they done is, I mean, window panes that were broken, they had to add new ones, but a lot of the glass is original in these windows. Because you'll see them, they're kind of wavy. Right now, I just sent the drapes, we have big red drapes that go on either side of that window. I just sent them out to be redone. And he's also gonna replace all the red felt along the pulpit up there.
Can I go up there?
Sure can. Yeah, hey, feel free to go wherever you like.
So only men were allowed to vote in these meetings?
Back then, more than likely. And they actually used, I have one at home, I collect antiques. I've got a building in my backyard that I have over 1,200 on display.
Oh, wow.
It's basically an antique shop now. It started out as my shed for my lawnmower and that, but no more. And what they used to bring in here for the winter were called foot warmers. It was just a little box, a tin box,
Yeah.
and they would fill it with hot coals, and they would set it on the floor to keep their feet warm during meetings. I'm sure that was in fire code back then.
Yeah.
And I do have one at home.
Well, and I think they used to have dogs too, that their purpose was to curl up on your feet or in your lap to
Yeah.
keep you warm. This is really nice.
The building was fresh coated paint approximately 2 years ago.
I remember that.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job.
The man was a lot of work, too.
Yeah, he actually resealed all the window panes too. All the caulking that needed replacing. Yeah, that's why, whenever that, I don't remember when that plaster was painted, but I guess they were apparently told if there's anything written, leave it shown.
Makes sense.
Well, and you would think,
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of them up there. Want me to carry it up there for you?
no, I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you. And I guess as the town grew, that the important families got to have their boxes, and then the other ones just got stuck going upstairs. Very neat.
Yeah, I also have I'll probably have that one done too. I have a stool that was, an organ stool that was downstairs I sent out, and he's also refelting that one and sprucing it up.
Nice.
Yeah, this one here is gonna be next.
Do they still play?
The other day, they actually were getting some notes out of that, which really amazed me.
Oh, wow.
Because they were made of, the baffles were made of leather, so I'm sure they're pretty dry rotted. Yeah, usually when we get tours, we usually allow like a half a dozen up here at a time, you know.
Well, they built it sturdily to last all this time.
It's in wonderful shape for the age it is.
Somebody spent a lot of time carving their names.
I know it. I know it. Yeah, as far as regular maintenance, like painting or anything like that, we're good to go with. But any major structure work, we have to go through the state, because this is on the historic
Sure.
buildings of Massachusetts.
And yet this is maintained strictly through contributions?
Yes, yes. Yeah, the association, if you care to join, it's $10 a year.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
No, $10 a year dues to belong. We have 3 meetings a year. In September, we usually hold them right in here, but the other ones we need heat and things like that, so we have it in another building. And the Daniels sisters, I don't know if you're familiar with the Daniels farm in
Yeah.
Blackstone?
Yep.
Well, the Daniels sisters each donated over $100,000 apiece.
Wow.
I'm sorry, one was 60,000 and I believe the other was 40,000. Well, it's
Oh,
over 100,000 that they together donated.
Yeah. And they donated that land for the, there's a little parcel next to that
Oh, the Daniels?
farmstead that is conservation land now.
Yes, I'm so glad they did that.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken the tour of the house?
I have not.
Oh, it's so interesting. So during the summer, they have a state employee from DCR, historical
Yeah.
first, and he gives you a really good tour of the house and explains everything back then.
Right. Anything else about the history that you want to share? Let me just go look at the organ for a second. Get the organ from this side.
Yeah, we're always looking for new members, and they also have a Project Preserve, which is basically one of our biggest fundraisers every year, and it's $70 a year a person to belong to, and once a year we have a function and we give away gifts, money gifts every year. So that between Project Preserve and dues is how we maintain the building, because we pay a gentleman to cut the grass all summer long, does a great job trimming around all the stones and everything. these people next door that property looks amazing. They have kept it up looking so good. My next project I want to do is myself and across the street, Leo Ethia. We want to fix the entire stone wall going up the side on the roadside. Get that looking really good again.
Any other history tidbits?
History to what?
Tidbits? Ideas? Thoughts?
I'm gonna send, he's got my email address, and I actually did a book
Oh, okay.
with a ton of information.
Oh, great.
You know, the blacksmith that made the nails, where the first white oak tree came from, the people that were all involved in getting this started and why it was built and everything. I'm gonna send it to him, so
Okay.
you probably be able to grab that. And,
Okay, great.
there's so much information you can probably put into that. I just can't remember off the
Oh,
top
sure.
of my head.
No, that's fine.
You tell me when you're done.
Well, I'm pretty much done. I was going to say, do you want to stand in front of the pulpit and do a thank you for coming to see kind of thing? And visit us on the website?
Sure.
Perfect.
Well, I'd like to thank the both of you very much for coming and getting this information out to the public. It's really great. And we're always interested in new members. Chestnut Hill Meeting House and Cemetery Association. So you know anyone that would like to participate in that, it's $10 a year dues. That's it, to belong. We have 3 meetings a year. And we could use all the help we get to help preserve this great building. Thank you very much.
Contact?
You can contact myself, Lee Clement. My email address is deputy462000@yahoo.com. If you email me, I'll be glad to get right back to you and let you know how you can join. Thank you.